It's another weird weather weekend here in New York State. This morning it's about 10 degrees, but tomorrow it's supposed to be almost 70 degrees. My buddy Joe said he wanted to try snowshoeing before the end of the winter, so we figured this morning would be the best time to head to the farm for him to try it. This is Joe's first time at the farm, so we visited all the usual areas, walked through the various landscapes, and enjoyed a bit of early morning cardio on snowshoes. Joe even talked me into walking out on the frozen pond to explore some of the areas that I haven't yet seen.
I've never been over here before, Joe. This is pretty cool.
Joe tested the limits of the ice and fortunately made it to the other side of the pond safely. We spent a good amount of time exploring the pine forest in the back of the property. It's always surprising to see so many animal trails, but you never see an animal. Spring is definitely on the way. There's a lot more water flowing through this stream than there was the last time I was here. Aside from getting tangled in the brush a couple times, Joe did really good for his first time on snowshoes. He did almost face-plant a tree though.
Trip you.
In total, we snowshoed about 2 miles, which wasn't too bad for an early Saturday morning. After we took off all of our gear, we decided to take a walk through some of the buildings. I really haven't been in any of the buildings yet, except for the garage. And of course, to give him the best possible experience, I made Joe go first every place we went.
If you go right in, it's safe-ish. And obviously, this foundation is a bit of an issue. Other side of door number 1. Not much.
discovered a lot of garbage and stuff just laying around everywhere, and we also uncovered more foundation problems. I told Joe my vision for some of the structures, and we talked about how I was going to prioritize some of the repairs. The lower area of the structure was a little bit of a disappointment. It wasn't what I was expecting, and there was a whole lot of issues and, of course, junk everywhere.
Okay.
We tried to get in the main floor of this structure, but after Joe ripped off the historic antique latch right off the building, we realized the door was likely nailed shut. We didn't fool around with the door too much. Instead, we went around the back of the building and we looked in the window. We finally made it to the main floor of the barn, and once the door was open, Joe excitedly went inside to look around. He doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be helping me renovate some of these buildings. The barn is awesome inside. It's all historic post and beam construction. There's about 2 feet of old hay covering the entire floor, which is sort of a problem because some of the floor is rotted with big holes through to the lower level. You really don't want to walk too far inside.
This is gonna be a project, Joe.
Well, that's it for this trip to the farm. Pretty soon we're going to do an in-depth walkthrough of each of the buildings. But until then, thanks for watching.